Hello everyone, today we'll watch replay of Age of Empire 4's ranked match. This is season 1 and this is end of June and this one is my last match of this season. I was in Diamond but recently I played a little bad and I went down to Platinum 3. This match is my last chance to go back to Diamond and I really want to finish this season as Diamond. We are watching this replay from my point of view. Here I'm playing as Delhi, and the strength of Delhi is that they don't need gold to do their researches. But the problem is the research is very slow. So my plan is to make a lot of mosque and make a lot of scholar and put the scholars in the mosque because the more scholars I have inside the mosque, the pre-research speed will significantly increase. My opponent is Chinese and I'm not sure what kind of army they are going to make. There is chance they will push for a late game and they will have potentially economic advantage because as Delhi I don't have plan to make expansion. Rather, what I want to do is I want to make a lot of cavalry and a lot of archers as soon as I get to H2, and by the time my opponent prepare to go to H3, I do the definitive attack and finish the game right there. That's my plan. What I'm doing right now is I first I gather some wood, and with those wood I make a few buildings to collect the more wood and the gold, and I put all the workers to collect food, and now I'm waiting to get as much food and gold to age up. As 10 worker or villagers are collecting food, then I'll put the next workers to collect food. And in whole game, only 2 workers will be assigned to collect gold because I'll not need much of gold except for aging up to the second age. Alright, I actually started with one free scout, of course, and then I immediately make another scout and I send 2 scouts to collect all the ships from 2 different areas. And I can see both scout has arrived luckily at very same time. I'll ask the scouts to put the ship near the town center and I'll send them to do more scouting. One of them will correct uh, more ships in the areas I didn't went yet, and another one will be scout the enemy base. That's the plan. I'm initially not actually using the ships as gathering food because if my enemy do some early attack, I may not be able to go far to collect the foods. So those ships will then work as reserve food source. I assigned 4 workers at this moment to make my landmark to age up to the second age. And as I told earlier, as soon as I go to second age, I will start making army. Here I just scouted my enemy base and I saw my enemy is also aging up. They are making their landmark. Chinese have this special landmark which throw cannons. They're making that. And my other scout is collecting some remaining ships from the back of the uh, enemy map. As they're Chinese, I'm not really sure what kind of soldiers they are going to make. So I put my one scout nearby. With his increased range, he will see how fast my enemy is making the landmark. If I have to make my army to defend myself, But unluckily, their scout actually saw my scout and they are attacking my scout so that I cannot see what they're doing. But lucky for me, at least I have two scouts. So while he's chasing my one scout, I can definitely assign my another scout to do the uh,
خوب
scouting a
تمام
spy.
شده.
My Egypt is just done. I'll start researching the technologies for my armies. So I'll make my blacksmith very soon, and I'll start doing the research, and I'll keep making the scholars from this special landmark I just built to age up. And with those cheap scholars, I'll garrison them in the mosque, as I said earlier, which will increase my research speed. My enemy just after 40 seconds of me also did their age up. So I now have to do a little aggressive um, aggressive scouting to see if they are making a lot of armies and what kind of army they are
مران را
making. My
پسندد.
blacksmith is done, so I'll start my researching, and I am making my building, which will make a lot of cavalry. I want to make a lot of horsemen. Unluckily, their scout already entered my
من
base
شما را
and
چه
they saw
نیاز
I'm
دارد؟
making uh,
خوب بساخته.
a building which will produce a lot of horsemen. So, very likely they will make their barrack, which will produce spikemen, because spikemen can kill the horsemen, the cavalry very easily. So I need the counter of the spikemen as well. So I'll make an archer, and that was actually in my plan from the beginning of the game, that I'll make a lot of cavalry, and to support my cavalry, I'll make a lot of archer, because my cavalry will, while they will be attacking, very likely opponent will have the spikemen, and to kill those spikemen efficiently, I'll have those archers who will throw the arrows from behind. My scout is still under attack. Their scout is actively hunting my scout, so they don't want me to
فرمان
see what they're
شما؟
doing. And I just know why. Because see in the
آراستن
minimap at
کار.
um, bottom right, I can see they are making an expansion. And this is a crucial information for this game, that they are not going to attack me, they are not going to rush me, because they are not investing in army, rather they have collected enough resource to do the expansion. So what will happen from now is, um, up to some point they will be vulnerable, because they will not have any army. They will they will start having a lot of villagers, but after some
مرا حمل
moment,
کنید.
um, longer the game will go, my enemy will keep having the advantage, because they will have more worker than me,
حمل
because
کنید.
the double because of double expansion, they will keep making more villagers. And as a daily, I don't have any plan to make expansions. Rather, my all whole plan was to just age up to the second age and make a lot of armies with cavalry and
خرسنده.
archer and do the attack. In fact, I'm gathering a lot of wood at this moment, because I have planned to make a lot of ramp, because ramp will help me to destroy his
کار.
landmark very fast at this early age. And as he chooses to expand, that actually supports my theory, because it will make him very vulnerable if I can do the timing push. But if I fail, if I just um, cannot attack at the right moment, I will not have any chance, because he will have the superior economy. He will keep building more armies than me, and it will be impossible for me to come back to game at all. So
فرمان
I'll have
شما؟
one chance and
خوب
just one
تمام
chance.
بشده.
If my attack fails, I'm just doomed. And if I don't
خوب
get successful in
بساخته.
this game, my this season is gone. So all the Age of Empires I'm playing since the release of this game past 9 months, this is the moment. This is the defining moment. Either I get success, I end the season satisfactorily as diamond, or I just lost the game. And
جواب سوال آماده.
here I'm doing an interesting thing. I am sending all my cavalry to attack his scout, and I know another of his scout is nearby, so after killing this scout, I will attack his second scout. I'm doing it purposely for two reasons. One of them is I want to kill his scout so he don't see when I'm attacking and what kind of army I'm building. I don't want him to have that information. But even more importantly, I actually want to purposefully want to show him my cavalries. So he doubled down making the spikemans, and all my archers are at back, so he haven't seen my archers. So he very likely will not have answer for my archers. So while I'll attack with my cavalries and he will try to counter them with the spikeman, I can very efficiently kill those spikemen with my archers, and my horseman will burn his um, buildings, while the ram are also going to destroy his buildings, and I will try to kill as many villagers possible with my cavalry. And I hope he will realize he has no chance,
فرمان شما
and the game will be over. I am ready to attack, almost ready. I made one ramp. I'll make three more ramp. I want to make a lot of ramps. So even if all his worker try to burn my ramps, I'll still have some ramps to finish the job, because I'll have just one chance. I just cannot come back and build another army if this attack doesn't become successful, because the more it's already 11 minutes, and the more the game will go on, and he will keep having the economic advantage. And in the top left you can already see he is having the economic advantage already. I didn't have this information accurately while I was playing, because uh, the current resource is not visible while I'm playing the opponent's current resource. But I can definitely predict because he did a very fast expansion. So all my ramps are almost ready, and I already captured all the sector site with my scholars. The sector site will keep giving me gold, and now I will have all the new scholars to um, come with my army and heal while I'm battling. So I'm making my last ramp. I want to have
مرا
total four ramp, and I want to attack. I want to attack the expansion, enemy's first expansion first. The enemy just up made his completed his landmark and going to castle age, the third age, and I have no intention to go to the third age. And this is actually not too bad because he invested so much in upgrading to the next stage. That means he will not have an army. And you can see, I just made my first attack, and as expected, he have a lot of spikemen, and his spikemen wanted to attack my cavalry, but my cavalry went back, and my archers are trying to counter his spikemans. His spikemans as first was hidden in the expansion, but as he see the four ramp is attacking the building, he know he has no chance in hiding there. So those spikemen come out from the building and keep attacking my cavalry. They are very efficient against cavalry, but I took my cavalry back. I don't want them to lose for no reason. And my archer are now ahead, and they are countering his pikemen very efficiently. But what is happening here is that um, he put a lot of villagers or some kind of unit in his first expansion, and those are throwing arrows to my archer and to my horsemen as well. So I brought back my horsemen to burn down the the expansion building while the ramp is also attacking. So that is why the building got destroyed very fast, and now I'm in advantage. What I'm doing is my horsemen, the cavalry, are attacking his villagers who were chopping wood. I'm slowing down the match so you can and see better, and he actually put a lot of villagers very likely inside his main town center, and they are throwing a lot of arrows very fast, and my horsemen are dying. But I don't care because I don't mind if the horsemen die while they are killing their villagers. They he want to put more villagers inside his town center, but he cannot because the town center can only have 20. villagers inside it. So the 20 villagers are inside the town center, and those 20 are throwing arrow, but rest of them are not finding a shelter. So I'm using my horsemen to kill those villagers, and my archers are throwing arrows as well. So his villagers are going down. Now he choose to kill my rams with his villagers, but I actually led them to burn them, and I put my horseman cavalry to kill those villagers, and I also bring back my archers while the enemy villagers are burning my rams, so I can kill them while they are doing it. This is how I'm ensuring my victory, because while I'm killing his villagers, my villagers are very safe and they are keep making resources. So as long as I'm making the resources, I will have superior army. I'll keep making the armies with those resources while his villagers are dying and he cannot have any more or any more resources, so he cannot make any army as well. So his last chance is he have 20 villagers inside his town center who are throwing arrows, and other villagers who cannot take the shelter, they are actually burning all my ramps. Two of my ramps are burned, but it's okay because I still have two more ramps left. That's why I made a lot of ramps. And those ramps are now attacking his town center, and he has no chance to get back from here. And hopefully he will GG now. And he did. The game is over. My opponent resigned, and I won the match because the opponent understood he had no chance to come back. He has no army, and his villagers, as most of them are dead. He don't have any resource to make another army and counter back. And I have all the army to destroy everything he built. So he resigned. Uh, Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the game.